What's up guys, JB2017 here, and today we're taking a closer look at the upcoming Nuka-World DLC for Fallout 4. Bethesda revealed this DLC at their E3 showcase 2 weeks ago, along with a tentative August release window. Now unfortunately we don't have an exact release day yet, but once we do you'll find out right here on my channel. And of course I know this news is a bit delayed. I had to get back from E3 and then cover Contraptions DLC, and of course I'm going to cover this no matter what. So in this video we'll dive deeper into the reveal trailer, look at Bethesda's official description for the DLC, and of course I'll provide my own speculation on what we've seen so far. Starting off, I'm going to throw this little blurb from a post on Bethesda's site when all this stuff was announced, and it's for Nuka-World specifically. We see the price point at $20 US, so we can kind of expect the same amount of experience and time played, closer to Far Harbor than Automatron, but somewhere in between there. And the description reads, "Take a trip to Nuka-World, a vast amusement park, now a lawless city of raiders. Explore an all-new region with an open wasteland and park zones like Safari Adventure, Dry Rock Gulch, Kitty Kingdom, and the Galactic Zone. Nuka-World features new quests, raiders, weapons, creatures, and more. Enjoy the ride." Really like the idea of a new city that used to be an amusement park. Something about that is really compelling to me, and the fact that it's run by raiders. I feel like we don't have a kind of paradise, I think that was the name of the city, or something like that in Fallout 3. I feel like we don't have that kind of city. Maybe we do a little bit in Fallout 4, but not to the effect of Nuka-World, and I think it's a fantastic idea. And also, we know that this is an all-new region with an open wasteland, and so that means that we are going to be traveling to this area. Either that or it's going to expand on the map. I would, place my money on the fact that it's going to be a new area. Maybe we travel by train or something like that. Maybe there's kind of an opening near the edge of the map that brings us there, something along those lines. And so I'm really glad that we're going to have another kind of vacation Fallout experience. That's what I called Far Harbor, and I hope it has its own vibe. It does kind of have this Western vibe when you're looking at this trailer. It feels like there's a nice orange overlay over it, very similar to what we had in New Vegas. That's kind of the vibe that I got from this trailer, and I just get this general feel that it's a lawless place, and it's run by these raiders, so obviously that's what it is. And also we get an indication of these park zones, these different ones, but also we have the open wasteland. So we're going to have wasteland and also the park, and so I'm sure the park is going to be the central part of the DLC, but there's going to be more to it. So it sounds like we're going to have, maybe a Far Harbor type, the Far Harbor actual city itself on the docks, and then like Arcadia and of course the Children of Adam place. Those are all separate cities, but it sounds like we're going to have a massive park area that's going to be a central location, and then also an open wasteland to explore more of the area, which is really nice. It's nice that we're not just confined to this one park. But within the park, we have Safari Adventure, Dry Rock Gulch, Kitty Kingdom, and the Galactic Zone. So we can assume just from those names, that's kind of the different feels we're going to have in different parts of the park. And it would be cool if there were different gangs kind of within those separate locations. So within Safari Adventure, maybe there's a safari-based gang, maybe not safari-based, but maybe they have, they're controlling animals or something like that, since there were probably animals in there in the first place. Dry Rock Gulch, something interesting probably going on there, maybe more of a Western feel. Kitty Kingdom, I can't imagine what kind of crazy, insane things could go on there, but hey, who knows? And then Galactic Zone. Maybe we'll see some kind of alien weapon from this area. Maybe there are aliens there. That's more of a stretch. But obviously, I'm expecting some sort of unique feel with each of these different areas. And then finally, we have new quests, raiders, weapons, creatures, and more. And so those are all things that we just expect from Nuka-World. But once again, it's $20 US. Far Harbor was $25 US. And so we can expect a fair amount of content in this DLC. I thought there was more information in there, so I actually checked out the Steam page, and there is an extra line in there. So here it is. You can also lead lethal gangs of raiders and use them to conquer settlements, bending the Commonwealth to your will. Now that's a super exciting sentence. Honestly, that's maybe one of the most exciting things in there. The fact that we can lead gangs and use them to conquer settlements. We don't know if this is just, exclusively for this new area, or we can bring them back to the Commonwealth. The fact that it says bending the Commonwealth to your will, we don't know if that's referring to the general area as the Commonwealth, the Boston, local area within like 100 miles or whatever it is, or if we're just going to be taking settlements over within this new area. Honestly, either way, I'd be really excited. If it's both, if we can bring things, raiders back and just attack settlements across the Commonwealth in the vanilla game, I will be super, super excited. And while we're on this topic, I would love if one of the quests in the game, or maybe the whole point of it, was to go around Nuka-World and recruit or kind of please these factions, get in good favor with different kind of raider factions, because they're all interacting within this one area, and then, you know, maybe raise them under your own banner and then wreak havoc. This sounds like a really fun DLC. Now we're going to run through the trailer, kind of do a trailer analysis. However, I will warn you, this is more of a cinematic trailer. It doesn't give us a lot of things. I will pause in a few different places when something is interesting or, you know, something I just want to point out and talk about. So we have this nice rad roach. I love roaches, honestly. I'm the biggest fan. But now we're going to pause here just because we have this cool looking raider guy. He's kind of got a red version of armor that we've already seen, some raider armor in the game. But also look at that helmet. It looks like some kind of animal, something with ears and tusks, and also that little trunk that looks like an elephant's trunk, but really it's for a gas mask. That looks interesting. Maybe this guy, you know, belongs to a specific gang, maybe in the safari zone. He's also got that teddy bear on his chest. I don't know if that actually means anything, but it's interesting to note as well. Continuing on, we get a nice look at the general feel of this specific area. We don't know if this is within the park or on the outside. We are going to zoom out and see the big Nuka-World sign, but I think that could still be on the inside. But regardless, we have this raider lady walking up and stopping this trader. Maybe she represents a raider gang within the area and, you know, wants them to pay a toll to go through. I can see that being a thing. But what I like about this is the open market, open air vibe that we have here. I don't think we have a lot of those in Fallout 4. I can think of Diamond City and Bunker Hill as a few examples, just the major settlements. It's nice to have another one of these areas within the game. As we zoom out, just going to pause once again here to point out a few things. First off, we have the Nuka-Cola kind of mascot there waving his hand. I don't know what that guy's purpose is, but he's there. I think we have a few different faction figures in this area, so I want to point them out. So on the right side, we have a few hooded figures. Now, these could be just guys wearing the same armor, but more than likely, I think they're a specific faction maybe within the game. They look a little religious to me. Maybe that's just because that guy is putting his hands to the fire. He's just warming up. Or he could be praying. I don't really know, but that's a possibility. On the left side, we have a lot of very similar looking guys as well. They kind of look like Butch's raider gang, if that was actually going to be a thing, and they're surrounding that woman. So maybe they're extorting her, something's going on, something along those lines. And right next to our Nuka-Cola mascot, we also have a guy decked out in basically space gear, and I have to assume that he's from the Galactic Zone. He has to be, right? As we zoom out to get the final big picture of the park, there's also a cage in the bottom left of the screen. I don't know if that's for animals or whatnot. But again, moving on, we're going to pause once again here just to look at the massive size of this park. And I don't know if this is representative of what the actual park is going to be. But man, this thing is huge. It looks like the front area looks a little bit western to me. Maybe there's some railroad tracks going on there, something like that. Off to the left side, it looks like a UFO on top of a tower, maybe some rockets. So it would make sense to me that that's Galactic Zone. Looks like there's also some planets over there revolving around. It's hard to kind of make out in this image, but also we have that giant mountain with the Nuka-Cola lane against it, so maybe that's just a main attraction for the area. But we're seeing roller coasters. I see a Ferris wheel in the background next to that very, very creepy looking Nuka-Cola waving at me. And that's all I have for my speculation, but I'd like to hear from you guys now. What do you want to see in Nuka-World? What is something specific that you expect out of this DLC? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Alright guys, today I shared my trailer analysis and speculation for the upcoming Nuka-World DLC pack. Next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more Contraptions DLC coverage, my survival mode live streams, Bethesda.net mods, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace!